Most people believe a house is an asset. They are taught this early. It sounds responsible. It sounds correct. It is usually wrong. This video explains why. We will define assets. We will define liabilities. We will examine a house step by step. We will remove emotion. We will focus on cash flow. Only cash flow matters. Start with a simple definition. An asset puts money into your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. This definition is about behavior, not about appearance, not about price, not about pride, only about direction of money flow. Picture a person standing still. Money arrows move around them. If arrows point toward the person, it is an asset. If arrows point away, it is a liability. This rule is consistent. It does not change with time. It does not care about labels. Now consider a typical house, a primary residence. You live in it. You do not rent it out. You bought it to live in. Look at the money flow. Each month, money leaves you. Mortgage payment, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, utilities, repairs, upgrades. The arrows point outward every month. The house does not send money back. It does not generate income. It does not pay you. It consumes cash. That makes it a liability, by definition. Many people object here. They say the house goes up in value. They say appreciation makes it an asset. This is a misunderstanding. Price change is not cash flow. Unrealized value is not income. A higher price on paper does not pay bills. You cannot spend appreciation. You cannot eat equity, not without action. To access appreciation, you must sell or borrow. Both have consequences. Both change the situation. Until then, nothing flows to you. Now compare with a true asset, a rental property, a business, a dividend-paying stock. These send money to you regularly, predictably. That is the difference. Let's compare two houses. House A, you live in it. House B, you rent it out. Same price, same neighborhood, same structure, different function. House A costs money each month. House B produces rent. House B may still have expenses, but rent exceeds costs. Net cash flows to you. House B is an asset. House A is not. The structure did not change. Only the cash flow changed. That is the key point. Assets are defined by use, not by form, not by name, not by tradition. Many people confuse assets with stores of value. A house can store value. So can gold. So can art. That does not make them assets. Storage is not production. Preservation is not income. If something just sits there and costs money to hold, it is not an asset, even if the price rises, even if people admire it. Now consider leverage. Most houses are bought with debt. Debt magnifies cash flow in both directions. This matters. A mortgage increases monthly outflow, principal, interest, escrow. The house demands payment, regardless of your income, regardless of your mood, regardless of the economy. If income stops, the house still demands cash. Miss payments, you lose the house, and the equity, and your credit. That is risk. Assets reduce risk. They help cover expenses. They buy time. They create margin. Liabilities increase pressure. They increase dependency. They increase fragility. Now look at opportunity cost. Money tied in a house is locked. It cannot be easily moved. It cannot be quickly deployed. Selling takes time. Borrowing costs money. While capital is locked, it cannot earn elsewhere. It cannot start a business. It cannot buy income-producing assets. It cannot be diversified. That has a cost. Many homeowners ignore this. They only look at appreciation. They do not compare alternatives. They do not measure lost opportunities. That leads to bad assumptions. Now consider maintenance. Houses decay. Roofs fail. Pipes break. Paint peels. Appliances die. These are not optional. They are inevitable. Each repair is a cash outflow, not once, repeatedly, over decades. This reduces net value. This reduces effective return. Stocks do not need roofs. Businesses can scale. Rental income can grow. A personal house cannot scale. You can only live in one place. The house does not multiply. Now consider taxes. Property tax is annual. It rises with value. As the house wins, you pay more. You are punished for appreciation. This is rarely discussed. Insurance also rises. Replacement costs increase. Risk premiums adjust. More value means more cost. Again, money flows outward. Now consider liquidity. A house is illiquid. You cannot sell a bedroom. You cannot sell half a roof. You must sell the whole thing, or nothing. Liquidity matters. Emergencies require cash. Opportunities require speed. A house provides neither. It locks value behind paperwork and time. Now consider emotional bias. People love houses. They associate them with safety, with family, with adulthood, with success. This clouds judgment. Emotion does not change math. Pride does not change cash flow. Tradition does not change definitions. Calling something an asset does not make it one. This does not mean houses are bad. This is important. A liability can still be useful. A car is a liability, but it can be necessary. Same with a house. A house provides shelter, stability, control over space, freedom from landlords. These are real benefits, but they are not financial returns. Confusing lifestyle benefits with assets is dangerous. It leads to poor planning. It leads to overbuying. It leads to long-term stress. Now, let's address a common argument. Renting is throwing money away. This is incomplete. Rent is a cost. So is mortgage interest. So are taxes. So is maintenance. The real question is comparison. What is cheaper? What is flexible? What frees capital? What reduces risk? Renting can do these things. Renting converts fixed costs into flexible costs. It limits downside. It preserves liquidity. It allows mobility. These have value, even if they are invisible. Ownership trades flexibility for control. That is the trade, not asset versus waste, control versus liquidity, stability versus adaptability. Now consider time horizon. Over 30 years, many things change. Jobs, cities, income, relationships, health. A house locks you to assumptions. If assumptions break, costs remain. Assets adapt. Businesses pivot. Investments rebalance. A primary residence does not adapt. It stays where it is, with the same obligations. Now, let's summarize clearly. A primary residence does not produce income. It requires continuous cash outflow. It increases fixed expenses. It locks capital. It adds risk. By definition, it is a liability. This does not mean you should not own one. It means you should classify it correctly. Correct classification leads to better decisions. Incorrect labels lead to bad strategy. Treat your house as a lifestyle choice, not an investment, not a retirement plan, not a wealth engine, a choice. Build assets separately. Assets that pay you, assets that grow independently, assets that reduce reliance on work. That is how wealth is built. When assets cover liabilities, you gain freedom. When liabilities exceed assets, you gain stress. The direction matters. Final point, words shape thinking. Thinking shapes behavior. Calling a house an asset encourages overspending. Calling it a liability encourages balance. Precision matters. Definitions matter. Cash flow matters. That is the truth, even when it is uncomfortable.